user define tab, and that's where we're going to add the name of the particle. This can be a custom my particle, but you have to have added it into the particle.dat, okay, in the particles folder, or infer into any of the particle folders particles.dat. It doesn't have to be in an enus folder. So let's call this, say, small fire, which is what's used on the swords. Doesn't need a name or any of these other fancy things, just the name of the particle. Okay, hit OK. Now this thing's ready to go. Shift and drag, it's going to clone it. Let's select both of these. We can clone both at the same time. You got to be pretty generous with particle effects, or else you're not going to see much difference, unless you're using something huge like Dragonfire or something like that. Pretty much you're going to need to distribute them pretty generously. Okay, so this looks pretty good. Let's select all of them, okay, and then we're going to put another set over here on the other shoulder. Now what you need to do is you need to then link them to the bone that they're going to want to move with, okay? Just like the way that the mesh has to move with the bones, we want these to move with the bones as well. So what we're going to do is this link tool up here, okay, select and link. Let's go into wireframe mode so we can see our bones and zoom in so we can get real specific here. And let's attach them to the clavicle just like the way that the guard is, okay? And then you see how that highlighted there, the way this bone highlighted? That's what you want. Make sure you don't accidentally attach it to the mesh, but you want it to be attached to a bone, okay? Let's select all these over here, okay? And then let's do the same thing. Attach these to this bone over here. There we go. That's simple. Okay. And then you can right click, go to properties, and you'll see that they're all attached here just like they should be. Okay. There we go. And now we've got flaming shoulder guards. Maybe a little dangerous for your health, I don't know. Alright, now if we go into the Modify tab and click on the armor, one thing that you need to make sure that you do is you have to name it M underscore, whatever you want to name it. Without this M underscore, it won't get recognized on export. If you try to just name it something else, it's going to create some problems. So let's go ahead and go to export. So if I hit Alt-FE, that gets us to export. Alt-FE, or just go into File, Export. Okay. And we're going to scroll down here. We want SMS format, screwdriver SMS format. Okay. Here I've already done it once, so I'm going to go ahead and just save it as the same thing, bandedmail.sms. Okay. Let's hit save. And then here's our export box. Travis gives some detailed explanation about all this in his exportation documentation. Basically, you just want to leave it everything the way it is right here. Your object is already named with the M underscore. That's the way you want it. Export helpers as tags. These helpers, all these little things, these are what it's talking about. You want to always make sure that's checked. If you don't have any helpers, it won't make any difference. Just always make sure that one's checked. Export now, we're set. If you didn't rescale anything, you also don't need to mess with the scale. There's a option for scale when you're doing this, okay? You don't want to mess with the scale. If you've managed to get it around the bones just the way it should be, you shouldn't need to mess with that. Okay, there we go, and we're set. Now the last step is going to be that when you export, in the final folder that you're going to put this in, right here, this is where the scene file is at, you'd want to put it into another folder. You got to make sure that you have an animation.dat, the one from the player folder, as well as all the SMA files. In actuality, you only need the ones that pertain to the character, but they're so small you might as well just grab them all. It's a little faster. If you're using Teenager, you might want to go ahead and use the Teenager ones. Probably it's better just to use the Fate defaults. And you want to make sure that all of your textures are in there. Okay. So if you don't have any of those things, then it's going to crash. Okay, and then you can test it out. Go ahead and open up the viewer. Grab your SMS file, not any of the SMAs. Drag it right in there. And there we go. Right? Everything looks good. It's textured. It's in the pose that it's supposed to be. We don't have any weird stretching. If you did have isolated vertices, they'd be all stretched right now in a weird way. Okay. So there you go. You're all set. Congratulations. You've learned how to skin an armor. So I hope that I can see lots of really cool new armors around the forums. Alright, thanks for listening, guys.